One of the criticisms that we get is that we don't have research backing up a lot of the things that we recommend from land-grant universities. The truth is, we not only have the research in every single category of things that I recommend now, we have A&M research on a great deal of it. The person and the institution that taught me about using cornmeal for disease control to control rhizoctonia and other fungal diseases was Dr. Joe McFarland at the A&M Research Center in Stephenville. That's his greenhouse. He was maintaining this incredibly valuable collection of peanuts that came from all over the world with a 100% organic program. He was a listener. He was a fan of the show and had started doing organics at home, and then he started playing with the organic approach at the research center, and he was using things like the sticky traps, and he was using some soaps, and he started using the orange oil products, and orange oil and molasses and compost tea drenching the fire ant mounds, and he eliminated the fire ants from his property and really started getting into all this. But he's the one, he and his staff are the ones that discovered that cornmeal broadcast would shut down rhizoctonia in peanut crops. And they were doing the research on it. Unfortunately, he mysteriously retired. And I called him and I said, Joe, does this have anything to do with the work that we were doing together and you're looking into all this organic stuff? No, it didn't have anything to do with it at all. Just time for me to retire, blah, blah, blah. I said, fine, who do I deal with now that will continue working with me on these cornmeal ideas? And he said he didn't know that there was any interest in that anymore. So one of the things that we deal with is that we do have university research. We've got university research, for example, on corn gluten meal from Iowa State, yet none of the chemical people around here ever bring it up as a natural weed and feed. We've got the cornmeal research from these people, A&M. Works beautifully on fungus. It's never brought up. Same university has research on beneficial nematodes and how well they work. You know where it is? It's in a cabinet. It's in a drawer, along with a lot of the other things. So when these people tell you that there is no research, there's two things you can tell them. The first one is, I know that's wrong. It does exist. So this is a guy that's very important. Two people. Malcolm Beck on the left, who is my partner on some books and been my teacher in a lot of ways and a friend for a long time. On the right is Bradford, Joe Bradford, with the USDA. Now, what's so unusual about that is that Dr. Bradford is interested in organics. And he contacted Malcolm and me both to talk to him about setting up some test trials down in the valley in Texas, showing a difference between organics and conventional agriculture. That's cotton that they're standing in. What Joe did, and he just kind of did it as a maverick, I don't think he even got approval to do this, but he used the typical chemical program on some of his test trials, which is what they're in now. Notice the height of the cotton right up to their knees, and then the next shows the organic plots. And the big difference here, again, is cost, the economic benefit, because not only are the plants much bigger, can't even walk down the aisles. This is looking down the rows, by the way. But the big difference is there's more bowls per plant. The money is on the right side again. Cornell University, for example, has the research on potassium bicarbonate and baking soda to use as a fungicide, and the list goes on and on and on. The easiest thing to tell them is to go to dirtdoctor.com and go to the research page, and it's all listed for them right there.